Fantastic Four. So I just got back from seeing, well, I not just got back. Yesterday I went to go see Fantastic Four First Steps. I have to be honest and say that this movie was highly anticipated for me to go see because of me being a fan of the Fantastic Four, me coming back from the Chris Evans era of the Fox universe and stuff like that back in the early 2000s. So this was a definite must go see. Not only for me, but a lot of the Marvel fans as well too. So I definitely got a chance to see it. I definitely was intrigued. I definitely cannot wait for Avengers Doomsday due to the post credit scene. You got to go see it if you have not. That will explain a lot of different things going forward in the Marvel universe. Before we get started, I'm gonna do something a little bit different. I'm gonna give some notable shout outs for the crew that worked on the film. Starting off with the cinematographer, Jess Hall. Great job, my brother. Michael Giordano, the scoring and composer. The editors, Nona Kadai and Tim Roke. The casting director, Sarah Finn. Makeup department, there's a lot of different women. I couldn't name all of you all, but you all did a great job for that. The set decorator, Jill Aziz. The costume designer, Alexandra Byrne. And the production designer, Kazra Farahani. And now we're going to get into the actual cast of the movie. Pedro Pascal, you did a great job as Reed Richards. Vanessa Kirby, Sue Storm, you did fantastic. As a matter of fact, in the earlier movies with Fantastic Four, they did not display how powerful you truly were. So you did a great job with that. You kicked Galactus' ass. I love that. We'll go woman for that. Joseph Quinn, who played Johnny Storm, did a great job with that. He also played in the movie Warfare. Got to go check that out. He's a good person. Ebon Moss was the Thing, who also played in The Punisher along with my good dog John Berthal. So now we get away from that. All my shout outs are done. First and foremost, like I said in the previous, this movie was great from the aspect of the family aspect that you get from the movie that you did not get to see in the earlier iterations of the film. I think it was more camaraderie, it was more cohesive, and they were already established as superheroes, and they weren't viewed as freaks like in the earlier movies, which I loved a lot because oftentimes in superhero movies, superheroes are viewed as freaks before they start the saving aspect of things, like saving people from burning buildings, people in need, and alleyways, so on and so forth. So the good thing about this movie, they already have established how they got their powers, which we all know the story about, going into space, getting caught into some cosmic situations, and that going into their DNA, which includes Franklin Richards, which is their kid, Sue Storm, and Reed Richards' kid, who's also in the movie. But yeah, so I like that aspect of it as well. I liked how the pacing of the movie, the editing of the movie was good. I like Earth 828, and shout out to Jack Kirby, who passed away. That's really what all this is based upon, the 1960s comic book, Earth 828, which is a retro-style, futuristic realm or universe in New York. So I like the aspect of that. I definitely am a fan of the person who played Galactus. The person that played Galactus was, give me a second. Ralph Ineson. Ralph Ineson did a great job as playing Galactus because before in the Silver Surfer movie back in 2005, which is the second Fantastic Four movie, we only got a cloud of who Galactus was. We never got to see who he. Obviously, as comic book people, you got to see what Galactus looks like, what his stature is, and so on and so forth. So coming from the cloud to actually getting a Galactus and him not being so nerfed is definitely top tier. Ralph Ineson did a great job. And as far as going back to the composer, which was Mr. Michael, every scene that Galactus was in, he had a daunting style aesthetic as far as the music goes and the sound. So when you knew when Galactus was about to show up due to the correlation of the music and everything like that too. But as far as characters go, definitely, like I said, Mr. Reed Richards, we got to see how powerful he really is. How using his powers, Johnny, you got to see his powers as well. The thing he all in the very beginning he didn't want to say the thing. We know what the thing is, no pun intended. He got to say it throughout during the last act of the movie, which goes back to the comics. So I think, like I said, the pacing, the action, the acting, the camaraderie between the family, the set design, how they built the universe, is really good. Now, getting into Franklin Richards, he is the most powerful being. So, like I was saying, man, Franklin Richards is more powerful than Sentry. He's more powerful than the Celestials, and he's more powerful than Don Doom. You saw what Sentry did in the Thunderbolts with all of them, right? Picture that with raw talent, cosmic power, and beating his ass like he beat the Thunderbolts. Like I don't think people understand how powerful Franklin Richards is, bro. If he's more powerful than Sentry, and Sentry beat the Thunderbolts by himself and tore off of he tore Bucky's arm off, that's crazy work. He has the power of the cosmics. He has the power of both of his parents, and prolonging that too. So it's gonna be, like I said, it's gonna be amazing to see what Marvel does with Franklin Richards. I just hope to God and I pray to God that they don't nerf his character like they have nerfed X amount of characters like Thor. They nerfed Hulk. They nerfed a lot of different characters that we once grew up in loved, but they nerfed the characters. I don't understand why. But yeah, Franklin Richards is going to be really, really dope to see. I can't wait to see what they do with him and in Avengers Doomsday. Again, the post credit scene really, really got me hyped as to what Marvel is going to do going forward with the Doomsday and Secret Wars. Those two are going to be top tier situations as far as how the next phase of Marvel is going to be. If I had to rank these movies from Fantastic Fours, the first one first, First Step second, and then Silver Surfer third. So why the nostalgia for me is where it reigns at. The only reason why I put Silver Surfer at three is because of we didn't get to see Galactus, and I just feel like it was a lackluster movie and it didn't live up to the hype as what it was supposed to be. That's why First Steps that I saw yesterday is definitely above Silver Surfer. Anything else that I wanted to say? Because this is really a non-spoiler review. Yeah, so Marvel also and previously has been bad, 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 decent, bad, bad, bad. So this was the first time, even after I saw Ironheart, which I thought was it was cool until they introduced Mephisto. That was cool, but it was So this, for a long time, I think fans have been wanting to see an iteration like this, like a movie that was not only good, but it covered all the aspects of stuff that you used to read in the comic books. The love that we had for these characters going forward, so on and so forth. And to be perfectly honest with you, I would have to honestly say this was a 10 out of 10 for me, because the trailers didn't really do anything for me per se. I thought they were going to woke it up, and I thought they were going to be woman empowered. This how the stuff was going to be, but it really wasn't. Not that that's a bad thing, but I just think some things are so force fed to us that's going to sway our opinion as to go seeing certain stuff. And Marvel has been putting out a lot of trash lately. So this movie not being trash and is getting the praise that it deserves is a good thing. Also, too, can we please stop giving hate to Pedro Pascal? He has been doing this thing in The Mandalorian, The Last of Us, this movie, and all the other projects that he's been in. I just think Pedro Pascal has a certain different swag, and to me, he was Reed Richards to me better than the last iterations of Reed Richards. I just think his poise, his intellect, how he deals with stuff under pressure, his powers, him being the leader of the Fantastic Four and not Sue Storm, was definitely good for me. Johnny Joseph Quinn did a phenomenal job, but I would have to probably take Chris Evans still for Johnny Storm. I just feel like he was a more masculine situation than Joseph Quinn was. So, you know, Sue Storm definitely got to go with Vanessa Kirby. She illustrated her powers, and I love the fact that they dove into that and not letting that character be like a third tier act, whereas you didn't know what power she had or what she could possibly do. But even with her holding like obtaining her child inside of her, she still did powers to hold off Silver Surfer. Also, and also too, I think her name is Julia Gardner, who also played in Ozark. She was a fantastic, and I do mean a fantastic Silver Surfer. I know everybody says that why is it a woman Silver Surfer? I prefer the male. I did this. I'm not gonna watch it if it's a woman. Cut it out. She did good. She was also daunting as well. She has a change of heart moment towards the end of the movie. You'll know what I'm talking about once you go see it. But I think all in all, everybody did a phenomenal job. I can't get into too much because that would be a spoiler review, this is not a spoiler review. But Fantastic Four: First Steps was a great movie. 10 out of 10. I recommend you go see it more than one time. Shout out to Kevin Feige. Shout out to Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby, Joseph Quinn, Ebon Moss. And I'm out.